pick up the this A 12 bars that we started last week and just do variations on them, which is essentially what you're doing whenever you play guitar. You're playing variations on a theme. So let's look at what we did last week. Just started and then anything for the fill to get the four beats in. So we went, and instead of that, for the next 12 bars, let's use sixth. Let's go. Very same start. And what I did, I just moved right along, starting from this third here. See if we're playing the first three notes of that pentatonic and the first three notes of a major scale. Here's the major pentatonic. And so we're just going to go right along that to this major third here. I have a C sharp on string 1. I have an E, A, C sharp, and E. See that's the third, and the fifth on string 3. That's an E note. And these shapes down here are just a passing tone where I have the flat third. You know, the flat third is now the minor. It's showing a minor there. And I have the fifth. I have a flat fifth, which is the blue note. So this sounds, and I come up and I finish up on this minor sixth here, which looks like the first three, or string 1 and string 3 of this A. So once again, you consider that as part of a chord chunk, a chord piece. So we're going, instead of so that's the first part, that's the first one. Now let's try thirds. Let's go descent. So we know that we have an A here. That's our starting point. We're gonna move up in the next video to one of these other points as a starting point, probably up here to the A chord that you know and love from the first time you played guitar. So we know that we have an A right here, an A here, and from that A we can make this A chord here, and we have an A chord here, both based on this string 6 A note root. A, and if I go and make the major pentatonic scale from that note, I am playing it is built around this A chord. If you look at that shape and you should look at every one of these lessons, you should be looking at the handouts that we have and have been using. That Matt just corrected, and I'll send out with this. Thank you, Matt. He is my editor-in-chief. So you want to use this shape and think of this shape as you're playing. Right there, that's all centered around that A note, no matter what kind of junk I play around it. And I have A here, that's based on, slow it down for you, that is the A major scale, major pentatonic that I just played. So we're playing just the bottom of that pentatonic. We're just playing the bottom of that pentatonic right here. It's the bottom of an A chord looking like this. Played down right there. That's what we've been basing this. And you're going from this formation down to what would be a D shape down here, because you have an E shape here, you would expect a D, cage, C-A-G-E-D. So we take this D, think of it as this D chord, move down here to fret 9 and 10 with the middle note here, that's the A note, and that's the root note. So we have this shape of a chord. If we barred the whole thing, it would look like a D chord, but in fact would be an A chord. And you can hear that they are the same chord, just with different forms of A, C sharp, and an A. Now, in addition to this D, we also have a C shape chord down here. If you take the C chord, and I'll let this to the student, take the C chord and move it all the way down here, you know that the root note of a C chord is based on the string 5 note, and you know that the C chord up here is A sharp, B, C. That's a C note. You put this shape ahead of that C chord, ahead of this C note, you put this shape, and you've got a C chord. If you come down here and you have an A note here, which you know, E, A, D, G, 88 Dynamite, E, A, that you come down here, you had E, A, D, G, B, E, right down here at these double dots, which is the octave. So if I put my finger here and make an A chord and bar it, I now have, or make a C-shaped chord and bar it, I now have a C or an A chord at this point. If you just take the bottom of this chord, it's an A note, kind of like a magnet, pulls all those notes toward it. So we're gonna go down here. Here's how we started. And then the next little riff that we had. And now we're going to go. And now the fingering I'm using there is, I have the index on string 2, fret 5, middle on string 3, fret 6. And then I slide this, I go, and I'm just hitting string 3, string 3, and then string 2, whatever is on, and then I hit string 3 again, slide it up to string 3, fret 2, from string 3, fret 4 to string 3, fret 2, and then I just grab this C sharp here, string 2, fret 2, to finish off that little run of thirds. So here's the beginning of what the 12 bars will be this week. So now we're on the A. Now we're going to get to the C section. We're going to come down, and the C, or excuse me, the D, which is the 4 chord, and here's our D chord that we're aiming for down here. The D is on string 1, fret 5. The A, as you know, is on string 2, fret 10, and the F sharp is on string 3, fret 11. So that's the shape that we're aiming for, and on this bar here we'll go. And I'm the fingering there, I'm trying to show that I had to run through that. So I'm coming as the normal fingering would be. And then I'm just coming in behind this ring finger with my index finger, because I want to be in this shape when I get down here, and for this D chord. So I just put this put this right behind this index finger, right behind this ring finger, and that's what and you can do anything that you want. I want you to just alternate between those two notes, between this A and the F sharp, and just to fill out, you know, the comp, just to comp for the time in that measure. So now you would go. Excuse me, I'm cheating on the. I'm giving. You're probably going to change the fingering for this as you go along, but just so that you get it clear right now, this like that, and then we get to the third measure here. Not third measure, but the D portion of the song, and we go. And then back, we're going to go back to the A chord now again. And for the A, I want you to go, and that's a trill. Anything that you want to finish that trill off. But I've just got my index finger here at string 1, fret 9. That's a C sharp. That's part of that A major pentatonic, but I'm now going to the D right here, which is not part of that A major pentatonic, but we ran into that when we did the Sultan's song, you know, where he does this, that little portion here. We're going to use that's the suspended note right here on this A. This is a suspended 11th, and he comes down, or we will go. Excuse me. And once again, just to get that trill, and you may have heard the rumor going around that the trill is gone, but it's still something that you can use when you're playing. So you have and that brings now we have another A, and then go to we have an E right here, right? We're at the E portion of the song now, but now go and just bring that up from an E. So it's an E note here, string 3 fret 9, and you have this C sharp, so you get another sixth here, but you knew that it's still a sixth, no matter what chord you're playing. This is a sixth. It's just an interval, and we're using that same interval run, that same little walk along that we did for the C to start this, or for the A to start this song. So you're going. Excuse me. So there's a little delay, and I'm not going to count it for you. That'll confuse you. Just feel it, this little delay that before you get down and pick this up. And then to finish off, we're going to go. So that we get up to this shape right here, which is that long A. See, I'm making an A chord that you know and love up here, but I'm adding the A. I've got the A as the high note. This note up here is an F sharp at string 1 fret 2. Add 5 to that and go to string 2 fret 7, 5 plus 2 fret 7, and you end up with the same note. That's an F sharp. So we go. See, I do that because I can't slide to this. I can't get this sound. Can't get that sound going to this F sharp. So I go, and then come back and get this E, which is string 2, fret 5. Partly as an exercise, but that's the way I think any guitarist would play it. So the final would be, and then I'm going to finish off just by going, I have E, and this part, an exercise for you, for fingering. So you have an E held down with your pinky at string 2, fret 5. You have string 2, fret 2, holding down that C sharp, and you're going to pull this, pull off string 2 at fret 5 to string 2, fret 2, and then come up here to string 3, fret 4, which is a B note, and hit the string 3, fret 4, back to with string 3, fret 4, that B note back to the C sharp note, and then come back to the B at string 3, fret 4. So slowly, I'll just go through this slowly. We're starting off with I'm going to come down to get this. That's for the trill. We're on the A now. That's everything that I just showed, and it's a finger exercise for you, but it's all useful techniques. I'm just throwing some techniques in for you. You have a trill here that we haven't done. So you want to get that, the hand strength to get that sounding as long as you can. And the little stretch up here, because we're going to move up in the next, instead of starting here, we're going to use this formation of the A as the home base. And then we'll move down here and grab this C shape, and then move back up to these other forms. And then you're covering, remember, think of it, you're covering this form of an A, this shape of an A, this shape of an A, and this shape of an A. So there are all the A's that you're connecting through all this, through the boxes and through the shapes of the chords. I think are the easiest way to remember it. The boxes will work our way up this way, but that comes later. I want to work on the first 3 strings here. I'm restricting it all to that. Okay, work hard.